Hi everyone, it's me Giovanni, and today I'm making another video. So I heard on TikTok that apparently something is going to happen to ChatGPT on May 23rd, and that people should delete the app, which I don't know why. Because some people, including myself, like ChatGPT, and I honestly don't know what's going to happen to it. Because unlike TikTok that might be banned someday, I honestly don't know anymore, and I don't care. But for ChatGPT, I haven't heard that it's going to be deleted or banned or whatever. So I don't know. I mean, certain apps are toxic. Like, straight up toxic. Especially if it's comments, people messaging you, having bad tempers or stuff like that. Or, just being rude, racist, homophobic, transphobic, whatever. TikTok, Twitter, DeviantArt are the only apps that I would consider toxic. There's also YouTube comments, especially people ranting about movies that they shouldn't even rant about in the first place. Like, why? But still. DeviantArt, Twitter, and TikTok are the only apps that I would consider toxic. Because most people are just crazy. Extremely crazy. I don't even know what to say about that. Anyway, so I've heard that ChatGPT is gonna have something bad I don't know, something bad is gonna happen to the app on May 23rd this year. This same day that the Lilo and Stitch live action remake from Disney is gonna come out. And if that is actually true, then that's just unbelievable. But if it's not, then I don't know what the hell that people are thinking. Honestly, I use the app and it's perfectly fine. I can do my story, I can create stories and images just fine. Everything is okay. Everything's good. Everything's okay. So I don't know what people are fussing about. I honestly just don't care at this point because especially I was tense yesterday. Kind of similar to some other stuff that happened like a week ago. And even though I'm not proud of it, I just want to get it over with. Because I have all these stories in my head, and I'm not going to abandon them. I'm not going to give up on them. I already have them planned out, and I'm going to do them. I'm going to do them. Especially with help from AI, or, trying to figure out what I'm going to do with the next chapter on my own. Now, I've already showed a few videos of what the story is going to be about, spoiling the parts. But basically, Richard Hayes is in college, and this classmate of his is a socially awkward sex god for some fucking reason. Due to someone else's OC and having some people have weird ideas that are even more bizarre than some of mine or many others. Basically, mostly involving sexual activity. And that just doesn't sit right with me. It just doesn't sit right with me. It makes me uncomfortable. It makes me uncomfortable. And even though sex is a completely normal thing, for me, I find it gross. I'm serious. I find it fucking gross. Especially for, you know, private parts being shown explicitly open viewed, open wide. And, you know, the private parts going into each other. Sperm, the thing, the substance that creates babies inside the woman's womb. Ew. Just ew. And you know, a man and woman in pain, absolutely in pain, climaxing, having a frickin' orgasm, and, you know, making me absolutely uncomfortable. It just doesn't sit right with me. So Richard, being Richard, my character, is not okay with the classmate in the same college that he's attending. Richard, his girlfriend, and the entire college campus is going to this fancy party dance. And let's just say, Richard discovers Ryu Hayabusa's girlfriend being raped by said classmate. And Richard is not okay. He's absolutely angry. Ryu is similarly angry, but then when Richard comes up with a plan, one of the first steps is just a simple way to make the classmate flustered and distracted, enough for Richard to enact his actual plan of making him vulnerable, and so vulnerable to the point where he's so weak, so will-bounded, that Richard will actually kill him. But after Richard's girlfriend Kayla leaves for a little summer week vacation, or an early summer vacation for the week, with her family, Richard is upset and angry and just wants to kill his classmate by murdering the people around him, including some of his girlfriends. And when Richard discovers his classmate has been a subject of a genetic mutation that caused him to become a sex god, Richard is not happy about this. He's absolutely angry. 100% in rage mode. He has no mercy for his classmate. He burns down the church involving the secret society who were mainly involved with the mutation and killing all of them inside, burning them alive, and the church, including the corporations, one that his classmate is involved in, that he works at. And another corporation that is also part of the secret society that was involved with the genetic mutation. I can barely even speak. So Richard burns down basically 3 of those buildings, and he's just exhausted, but still angry. So the Grandmaster of the secret society, and the one who owns one of the corporations, is not happy with Richard's actions, what Richard caused. And Richard, at this point, just doesn't care. He's absolutely angry, just had enough, and just wants to get this over with, to want it to end, and he's just not gonna have this guy just ruin everything. So he kills him. Richard kills his classmate after his classmate comes into his house and tries to confront him. Richard, an absolute mess, dismembers the bodies, places them in the trash bins, waiting for the next morning to have the garbage truck take them away and dispose of them in the city dump, probably. Richard goes to a church that he mostly frequents and just tries to pray away his guilt. Richard is upset, and the next morning his girlfriend comes back, and they just try to live their lives together like nothing ever happened. They've also decided to drop out of college after the incident. So, yeah, that's pretty much the generic plot that I'm going with. But, yeah. And I just want to say this, that I do not like drama anymore. I really don't. I really, really don't. Especially with especially since YouTubers who I absolutely despise are no longer making videos that much, and I'm just relieved about it because they were honestly annoying, rude, and full of themselves, in my opinion, and I don't know what to feel about anything anymore. I'll be fine. I'm just not in a good mood. At first I thought of something to talk about, but my brain just my mind just the thought that I had just disappeared, and I have nothing. It's almost like I keep running out of time or something. But anyway, that's all for this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you didn't, then that's totally fine. I have nothing against that. Please stay safe, stay at home, stay away from protests, segregated areas, and don't forget to smile. Okay, that's all for this video. See you in the next one. Bye.